On January 31st, 2018, Mojang released an article on the Minecraft website called Try the New Minecraft Java Textures. While we had known the change was coming for a few months prior to the release of this article, it was our first official look at Minecraft's new redesign that would supposedly be taking over as the set-in-stone aesthetic of the game. Months later, the textures were officially introduced to us in the beginning Java Edition snapshots for the 1.14 update of the game. After months of criticisms and knowing that they are still taking our advice, we figured that we'd give our opinion and let Mojang know exactly how we feel about Minecraft's new hairdo. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. In the very beginning, when Mojang announced that the development behind changing all of the textures in Minecraft had begun, a lot of people were upset. Some went into it with an open mind, but in that split second, a crazy amount of outcry was heard far and wide. Mojang attempted to put everyone at ease by letting the community know that criticism would be accepted and this wouldn't be dropped on them without their input. A little while later, we saw the first official changes. At the start, quite a few textures were blurry, and in some cases, blocks were heavily changed or were completely redesigned in unexpected ways. Immediate outrage began to be sparked by many in the community, almost comparable to the 1.9 combat update. By altering such an intimate and identifiable part of the truly vanilla Minecraft experience, players were quite defensive at first. People like myself and my co-writer and editor, Michael McChill, have seen some of these textures in the exact same way for the past 8 years or so. Reinventing such a beloved concept did seem risky, and in some cases felt completely unnecessary. However, now that we've seen them in action, some more matured opinions have begun to form. With that, criticisms began to roll in as well, but Mojang still continued development. Skipping forward many months, the first snapshots for Minecraft 1.14 have begun to roll out, and thus, the textures are now official. They're here. Did Mojang change them? Did Mojang listen? Of course they did, but whether or not you're happy with what they did is subjective. Most blocks no longer look blurry like they were at the beginning of these changes, and undoubtedly look more refined. Some blocks and items like mossy cobblestone, farmland, glass, armor look completely different, and in some cases do look much better than they did before. Glass is more clear, TNT is more vibrant, planks have more detail, and the list goes on. Overall, the aesthetic and implementation is nice. Some blocks feel completely redesigned, while others feel more solidified like the enchanting table. Certain blocks like the lit jack-o'-lantern feel more muddied than they did before, and certain aspects don't stand out when you look at them up close, but do look fine when you look from further away. One manner in which someone may look at this update is to stand still and look at every single pixel and judge the changes that way. However, an often forgotten way of making sure that textures look nice is when they're in motion. When you're just playing Minecraft, you don't typically stand in one place for too long. If you stared at the old textures like you may be staring at the new ones, you may even find issues with those old textures as well. Textures looking good when standing completely still is important, however, movement should always be considered. And honestly, the new textures do look quite nice. Luckily, Mojang is taking criticism, so you should make your voice heard if you feel strongly one way or another. And here's the important stuff. No matter what, these changes are coming to the game. Ever since their announcement, it's only been a matter of time. In the end, we're going to have to look past the nostalgia, and it's going to be tough for everybody. To me, this isn't even about liking or disliking the textures. The designs are, for the most part, close enough to the source material that I don't feel strongly one way or another. The only thing that bothers me right now, for example, are the leaves. And it's not that these blocks are bad by any standard, but they're just so much different from their original counterparts that it'll take me some time to get used to it. Some changes will go unnoticed by most people, and some will be tough to swallow. Although, after a month or two, I'm betting that most people won't really care unless there's someone coming back to the game for the first time since the changes were implemented. Just like any big important game-changing update, we'll always have people adamantly against these changes. Those players will more than likely have already downloaded the original resource pack to use rather than sticking with the new designs. And if I'm speaking personally, I'm probably just going to continue using the Faithful Venom 32X resource pack that I've been using for years now. I know it, enjoy it, and have complete control over what it looks and sounds like, just like you do with your own resource packs as well. If you don't like the new textures, stick with the old ones. If you enjoy the new ones, play with them. Luckily, Minecraft is a game where players have loads of creative freedom and tons of options. Hopefully, however, Mojang will include both resource packs with all versions of the game from now on, Bedrock and Java Edition. Bedrock should have it in the store or something, but it wouldn't take too much for a second zip file to be thrown in as an alternative for the Java users, or to have them both listed in the menu by default, though I don't see Mojang doing that one. But what do you think? Do you like these changes? Do you think that these textures are good in their current state, or is there anything about them that you would like to see changed? Let me know in the comment section down below, and make sure that you let Mojang know as well if you feel strongly one way or another. But other than that just about does it for me for now. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like on it, because it would really help out myself and Michael McChill, who co-wrote and edited this video, the channel, and the video quite a lot. But anyways guys, I hope you all enjoyed. My name is AntVenom, and I bid you all farewell. Thanks so much for watching.